All
What's
right.
up?
Hello, guys. Welcome to Trolling Trolls. We're going to talk about the lovely interview with George Stephanopoulos and Alec Baldwin on ABC. You can check it out. Check out the video clip from yourself. We're going to be reacting to it, though, because this is some crazy shit. So, but yeah, I don't know. Wait, are we gonna have the clip, or do you want to just go? You want me to just explain to you what happened?
I'll go get the clip when I switch.
All right, we're waiting on the clip. Brief summary on the clip though. It's if you guys haven't heard about it, but Alec Baldwin was on set with a few people, cinematographer and a few other actors for this outlaw movie, in which there was a prop gun that was used, and apparently, allegedly, the gun went off in Alec Baldwin's hand, and he killed one person. I know for sure, and injured two other people. Um,
Um,
and it's all and in the interview, which then after the interview, he subsequently deleted his Twitter account. He claims that he was cocking the gun, the prop gun, which he was told that it was a cold. There was cold ammunition. There was a cold gun, which put his mind at ease. So he wasn't thinking. He wasn't thinking straight, and he let go of the hammer of the gun during the blocking of the scene, and it went off, and and the girl went to the floor. Now he alleges that she fainted, so apparently he left her there for about 30 to 45 minutes, dying. And yeah, so a new ABC interview come to light where Baldwin is getting emotional and crying and blame shifting and doing the whole 9 yards. So it's actually pretty funny. Um,
uh, so,
which it is being identified as a shooting. So
uh, question: was it a revolver?
yeah, apparently, yeah, it was like a revolver, like
Uh,
one of those that's used in the
there's a
that's typically used in the movie.
okay. Now, I know the most revolvers have this thing called a half-cock safety, and some more modern revolvers have a little block, or the cylinder will have a little block that stops the gun from going off
Yeah.
prematurely.
So apparently it was an antique Colt 45 revolver.
It has this what? So it has a
It was an
half-cock
ant.
so that's a half-cock.
I think it has a half cock, right? Those are the older ones. So yeah, then he was on set. He was during a marking rehearsal, like I said, the blocking, scene blocking and stuff. The prop gun discharged a live bullet, killing cinematographer uh, Helena Hutchins and wounding director Joel Souza, which is that's from the ABC. That's from the ABC's website
Oh
that
man,
has the clip.
I was hoping her name would be Annie. you know,
Who
I was hoping her
the
name.
girl that was shot?
Yeah, I was hoping her name would be Annie, so I can say Annie, are you okay?
You've been hit by it. Well, I don't know. He kind of like he seemed very worried. He deleted his Twitter. He was kind of being really deceptive during the interview. Deception number one, talking about this case. It's just funny because he's just like this elite person, and a lot of people. I don't know if people still go to the movies based on him being in it. Like, oh, I'm gonna go. Are you gonna go see that Rust movie? Alec Baldwin's in it. So he's just like for a lot of the older generation, he's kind of just like a face, just a familiar face, being on like Saturday Night Live and doing all this. His brother Billy, all their movies and stuff. So, but yeah, like he just is like so he was so irresponsible on set.
Yeah.
Like he's the producer of the movie, but he finances it. He's like working in these weird conditions. I don't know if you guys saw the crime scene, but it literally looks like a Wild West movie. It is so beaten up and broken down and stuff. It's not like I guess they're trying to go for like something authentic, but it's yeah. So yeah, what are your thoughts on it?
You want to go take a shot?
Well, he hasn't seen the clip yet, right? At least I think I sent did I send you guys
I
the
haven't seen the clip.
interview?
I haven't seen the clip to know enough that Baldwin's full of shit and needs an enema.
Well, then so one thing that happened was George asked him if he was or if he feels any guilt, and he was like, "No, absolutely not. I don't feel guilty at all." So he's blaming it all on the gun.
Yeah.
Kind of like yeah. Apparently, inanimate objects are the most deadliest things that have ever affected mankind. Now,
God damn. Damn. I mean, so that means a steak, knife, fork, and spoon makes people fat, right? You know? And
Mhm.
oh no, the fork, knife are jacking me, making me fat and lard ass, and not my own lack of discipline to put it down.
Well, yeah, like these people in Hollywood have way too much power. I mean, of course, if you said, if I was like, Win, do you want to be in a low budget but high profile, indie produced film starring Alec Baldwin where he plays an outlaw on
Hell,
the run? It's like
hell, no.
it would be a gamble to basically get people on board with that. But I guess he got enough people where it actually became a thing. Oh,
Enough
and
idiots.
we got the screen up in
You
here.
enough idiots. Yeah, you got enough idiots to do it, right?
We got two Ticos in the same studio.
Yeah, that's odd.
All right. On my computer. Got to pull this bitch up.
All right, cool.
Of course, I'm going to change the screen like this. Then I'm going to do this.
It's kind of sad when you got psychology and crime channels literally doing like nonverbal analysis and deception analysis on your on your like little emotional interview you want to do on ABC. Like dude, it really reminds me of like Chris Watts. Reminds me of like true crime cases. It also reminds me of a certain Star Wars X 9/11 guy, and just like the fact that he's trying to apologize, but it's coming off so just terrible. Just like a guiltless, remorseless person. That's what Alec Baldwin's starting to make himself out to be right now.
Wow, yeah.
The man deleted his Twitter.
Alec, thank you for doing this.
Listen to the music. Listen to the music.
So much in public since that tragic accident. Why speak out now?
Well, I think that there's a criminal investigation, and that could be a while. There's all kinds of civil litigation, and I felt there were a number of misconceptions, most of it from sources I really wouldn't concern myself about, but a couple that I did concern myself about, where there were these authoritative statements about this has happened. The sheriff's department hasn't even released a report to the DA yet. The reason I wanted to sit down with you is because I really feel like I can't wait for that process to end in February, March. I mean, I'm not asking them to.
It's just like how they hopped onto the right. They said right wing alt-right extreme conservatives blame Waukesha on Kyle Rittenhouse trial. You know, he's like, he just said that I don't care about certain news cycles putting out truthful information about me, but I wanted to go on ABC, which is, I mean, it's liberal. Yeah, it's left leaning to basically say my piece. Like, why didn't he go on a conservative uh, talk show to talk to share this? Because he knows he would get ripped apart because they know way
Well,
more about guns than he does. Yeah.
here's the thing about that. There's a problem with Alec Baldwin going on a conservative. Have you seen how he acted? First off, he's not exactly the man's man, if you know what I mean.
No. You're right. You're right.
So he would be torn apart by somebody that would either be acting like a man's man or
Like
pretending to
Tucker
be a man's
Carlson.
man. Yeah.
Right.
So he's really not a man's man, and the sad part about that, he's really not
Preaching
known
to
for
the
standing
choir.
up. He's really not known for standing up on his own 2 feet, or being able to stand up to people, if you know what I mean. He's very weak. He's very manipulative. He uses a lot of feminine tactics. If you ever notice with him, the way he speaks is very feminine. The way he sits, his mannerisms, everything about him, the way he carries himself is very feminine.
Yeah, I noticed that about him is that he's like reaction channel I was listening to would say that he was he's reactive. He's like you said, kind of
Well, yeah, no,
he
he's
is
not. He's not reactive yet, but he basically is very proactive. So I don't know if somebody on his PR team told him to get in front of this.
Team.
Get in front of this. We need to put a cap on this. We gotta make this as good as humanly possible and make this look as good as humanly possible. Which was a bad idea because look who you picked. You could have picked anybody else on the set. I'm pretty sure you could have picked somebody else more confident on your set to basically do this interview at the end of the day. Let's just keep it 100.
I'm surprised that the director's not putting out any statements like to vouch for him. He's volunteer. Yeah, you're right. Like he's volunteering to do this himself. Kind of like I'm the face, so I might as well do it. That is kind of like a very extroverted kind of like.
That's not even an extroverted thing. Well, no, because the sad part about that is for him to want to get out in front of it. That is that takes some serious. He's pretty much I would say not even a sociopath. He's basically a narcissist at that point. He's basically trying to get out in front of something before the investigation even starts or finishes, so he can have the court of public opinion try him.
Yeah, look at how he addresses his competition too. He said, "There's a lot of people putting out stuff about me that I don't care about." So right away, you just have that male bitch thing right there, like clear as day. So you're right. He would get torn.
For him to do this interview, let you know there's a lot for him to actually care about. Because you wouldn't be doing this interview if you didn't care about all the people putting out all the stuff about you. There wouldn't be an interview about it at all.
That's a good point too. Yeah, win, and then we'll keep on.
The thing is like I could probably rip them apart because it's like we're not that far into the video yet, right?
He'll talk about the guns. Actually, you know what? Save it, because he's going to talk about the gun later. So that's where you can come in and do your hot take.
Yeah.
Let's go.
He's already looking like he's trying to work out some tears already. Crocodile tears.
Yeah, his mind's racing. Yeah, it might as well be like an interrogation. But you're gonna see that George kind of throws him some softball questions, and then he does kind of press him a little bit too, which is interesting. Let's keep watching.
But I am saying that they're going to do what they need to do, and I wanted to come to talk.
Wait, can y'all hear the sound?
Can I do what?
Can y'all hear the sound on it when I play it?
We can. You guys can't really hear the music in it. It's like it's very like emotional, sentimental music too. Okay.
Well, I would go to any lengths to undo what happened. I would go to any lengths to undo what happened.
I think the big question, and the one you must have asked yourself 1,000 times, how could this have happened?
Well, there's two things I want to say about that. One is that when I talk about this, my concern is that I don't sound like I'm the victim. because there is a victim. There's a woman who died, and my friend got shot. He's my friend, and she was a new friend. I met her, and we worked together on some of the mapping out of what we're going to do on the film, which, in the movie terms, if you go make a movie with Scorsese, you and the DP don't sit down and they solicit your ideas of how to make the film. You know what I mean? In the case of Helena, we sat down collaboratively and talked a lot about what we wanted to do in that a precious amount of time we had. But I want to make sure that I don't come across like I'm the victim, because we have two victims here. And the second thing is that all of what happened on that day leading up to this event was precipitated on one idea.
Well, here's the thing. He's already messing up on the interview because he's already said, I don't want to do this to sound like I'm the victim. So he's basically already trying to paint a narrative at the beginning of this interview. And he basically avoided the question that was asked in the first damn place, too, which is bothering me. It's kind of like the person that makes an apology video and they avoid the whole damn apology, and they
Exactly.
try to sound like a victim in the process of doing so.
Mm-hmm. He reframed the entire thing. He said, "Well, first off, before I answer the question straight on, this is how I want you guys to." Here's what I want you to hear when I say what I'm going to say. That's like what he's trying to say. Like, don't look at me as a victim.
Hey, wait. So basically, this is what I hear. Let me shove this carrot up your behind. And maybe feed you a burger, one freaking piece at a time.
Think about it. He literally the example that he brought in of his friend, his quote unquote his friend that he made, was how he talked a lot about her, a lot with her, to sort of like brainstorm ideas for this movie. So he's kind of like, he's coming out as a bullshitter, a bullshit artist type person.
Mm-hmm.
He considers somebody a friend who he like vamped about a weird thriller like outlaw movie together, and they decided to make it like they're close friends now. So he's already coming out like a bullshit artist, like that has these friends and has these connections. So he wants to come off as a well-connected. What?
There's a part two to this interview.
Wait. What thing gets me is like.
No. How long is it? Yeah, it's just is it 7 or 2 minutes?
It's like
I think they just. Oh yeah, they just go over. They take a look at the person who got shot, and then they look at the set and all that stuff.
They look at the set and all that on there.
Yeah.
Here's what I want to say. If that's a friend, if that's my friend, I'm going to verify that I'm dealing with a cold loaded firearm. You know, I'm going to. If my friend is in the vicinity of my area, my area of operation.
Well, no, because you got to think about Alec Baldwin. So first off, he came to this interview to try to like get ahead of the press. So you really think he's going to go the length to figure out if a prop gun has live ammo in it? Like, think about it.
There are ways to do things. Wow.
He literally wanted to steal the limelight from a dead cinematographer and an injured director as the producer actor in the film. He literally tried to. You really think he's going to try to check the gun for live ammo if he's willing to come out and say, I don't want to be perceived as the victim? Like, we know.
He's lazy then. He's lazy, and he's lazy. He's lazy and uneducated.
Well, it doesn't really matter when it came with this. This don't drag on this long.
And that is, Helena and I had something profound in common. And that is, we both assumed the gun was empty, other than those, dummy rounds.
I want to get into more detail on the day in a minute, but let's take a step back. What was it that drew you to this project in the first place, to Rust?
I'd worked on a project with Joel before.
Joel Souza, the director.
Right. He did this movie, Crown Vic, that I produced. And Joel and I stayed in touch. We're friends, and I loved Rust. He said, I want to send you this. And I read it, and I said, I love it. I love it.
Rust, a low-budget Western, tells the story of an aging outlaw on the run with his young grandson. Baldwin, the film's star, is also one of the producers.
Very excited, very, very, so excited that we finally got this made, because every independent film has many false starts. You know, and when it finally goes, you feel like a plane. When you finally get some lift under your wings, it's very, very gratifying. I am a purely creative producer. My authorities as a producer are casting and script, which are actually married to the role of being a lead actor in a film.
So you're not the kind of producer who's looking at the line item of each budget.
No. There are basically two types of producers who are really in charge of production: people that raise the money and the people who spend the money. My consultations or approvals were completely about casting and about the script. I don't hire anybody in the crew.
Not even the cinematographer, no one.
No, but he will apprise me of what he's doing. And he'll say to me, I got Helena Hutchins to be the DP. I said, how do you feel about that? Are you excited? I'm very excited. She's wonderful.
What did you know about Helena Hutchins before she started working on this?
I knew nothing about her until Joel said to me, I got her. She was fantastic.
Helena Hutchins, the talented cinematographer praised by many in the industry, was a trailblazer in the field historically dominated by men.
Make sure we don't see people walking around like what?
Ready?
Ukrainian-born cinematographer.
Okay.
Oh boy.
I like how they try to say that all these industries are pioneered by men, but then they always it just shows you that men have a wide range of different things that they can pioneer. It doesn't really show you that they are patriarchal, because cinematography is not, well, it is, don't get me wrong, it's dominated by men. Like, some of the best cinematographers have actually been not just cinematographers. Like, it's funny how they try to frame these like women who specialize in these things as being trailblazers, but like the people who have been really great, sorry, I'm just rambling, but like people who have been great in film have had so many different disciplines, it's not even funny. Like Alfred Hitchcock, mathematician. He was like a engineer. He was in advertising. He was in movies. He was in, practical like set design and stuff. It's just like, I don't know. It's just like, it's a weird comparison to bring up. I get that they want to try to honor her, but to me, the whole narrative of like feminism stuff kind of overshadows the topic a little bit here. Because it's like this is Alec Baldwin just negligence. It's really what it is. But I'm getting a little ahead of it. We can keep going.
Quickly gelled with Baldwin.
The people who watched The Daily said that her work was beautiful. She was someone who was loved by everyone who worked with and liked by everyone who worked with and admired.
There better be some tears. I'm calling Cap. There better be some damn tears.
He's hiding them. He's hiding his face.
Cap right now.
Listen to that. He said she was loved, but she was admired.
Sorry.
Bullshit.
Where's the tears at? Where's the tears at?
You are not sorry.
Where are the tears at? What's the
Hey, look, they're still in his eyes. They're still in his eyes. They just wait for them to come out.
I'm not seeing the tears at all.
They're still in his eyes. They're still hydrating his eyes.
Wait, yeah, like, when have you ever seen somebody cry from like how much they admired somebody or something like that?
You know that crackhead that's deep in my heart.
This is how you know when people are acting.
Just like a woman.
Just like a woman.
Just like a woman. All right, yeah.
But admired by everybody who worked with her.
Still no tears. Still no tears. Still no fucking tears. I can't even get one. I couldn't get one. One? Not one.
No. I will.
Poppy's fake crowd got more tears than that. Poppy be like, ah! And a tear actually come rolling down her eye. I'm like, okay, you know what, motherfucker, keep it up.
Rust's 21-day production began filming on October 6th at the Bonanza Creek Ranch, just outside Santa Fe, New Mexico. The ranch has long been a favorite location for filming westerns.
We need a place to lay low. Things have a way of escalating out here in the West. One thing leading to another.
The day that I flew there, they'd been shooting for a week already. The following week on the 11th, that night of the 11th, I had dinner with Rena and Joel. And we talked about some of the compositions I was thinking of to...
That was the first time you met?
First time I met Helena, yeah.
What was your first impression?
When I met her, I knew she had that spark. I knew she had that flint to her, that she was going to get that day's work done and get the
It's
shot.
strategic, though. It's strategic. He brings up Helena so that he can have a reason to be emotional, right? Because he is emotional. He is emotional in terms of being a killer because he killed somebody, but he doesn't want to be emotional over that because that would be guilty. So he brings up. You can notice as soon as he starts talking about himself, all the crying and emotional stuff goes away because he's literally trying so hard not to like come across as a victim, which is like it's doing the opposite. It's really doing the opposite. Sorry, go ahead. You're good. My bad. Tico's like starting.
The West, she had that intensity. Every day you went to work, she would say, "Good morning. How are you? How was your evening?" Boom. It was small talk. Go. We weren't going to hang out and chit chat or whatever. She knew that was the enemy, and we have to move forward.
Once on set, Baldwin posts this video.
I want to say, I look at myself in the mirror, a reflection of this, and I'm really kind of appalled. It's appalling. But we're here. Shouldn't have thought we start tomorrow. And
What masculine man would say some shit like that?
I look at myself and I'm
what type of
appalled.
masculine man would say some shit like that?
It's pretty cringy. It's pretty cringy. Like that's like some like Hillary Clinton campaign.
Any of them trying to look
2018
like
campaign.
great fake ass Robert De Niro out this bitch.
Well, he's holding the camera very. You said once you were like anybody who holds their camera doing selfies, like stroking their face and stuff. Like you obviously got to think like that's pretty feminine, acting pretty feminine. Win, what are your thoughts?
This is how it's going.
Why are you looking like Robert De Niro?
This is how
Robert De Niro, anybody?
Yeah,
Does anybody see Robert De Niro on this one?
He is. Yeah, that's the perfect. The beard with the combed over thing. That's definitely some De Niro shit. You're not Italian. You're not Italian, Alec.
Look here. This is how much bullshit I think Alec Baldwin is. I literally decided to stop listening to every goddamn thing he said and literally started putting fuel into my damn truck.
All right, Win, thanks for telling us. Okay, let's keep watching.
Let's keep watching.
Stop, Win. Stop.
On that note.
He's bullshit.
This is how much we care about what you just said. Tico, play the clip. Tico.
Oh, I had a safety.
Did he literally just say no? I'm not playing Santa Claus. Motherfucker, we're like you were playing Robert De Niro to me, but we'll run with that. Okay, we'll just run with that.
Doesn't this sound like doesn't that sound like a movie, like a script that De Niro should be in, like an older outlaw on the run, not basically. Like some fat, tubby, feminine fucking like guy who talks with like, oh my god, I look appalling. Oh my god, yes you do. No you don't, bitch. Oh my god, you're beautiful. Yeah. Shut up. Like he literally. This is a movie. This is a movie that was started up by like three 50-year-old winos in a basement or something somewhere. They're like, let's go, the fucking movie. Like, and we can put Robert De Niro. Oh wait, we don't have the money. We're using Alec Baldwin's money. Oh fuck it, I'll do it, honey.
Hey, get this. You know what that sounds like? It sounds like a Clint Eastwood Lee Van Cleef movie. Oh wait a minute, Lee Van Cleef is dead and Clint Eastwood's senile.
They would have done a much better job at it. All right. Thank you for that. Thank you. That's good.
They'd have better budget too.
Definitely.
Motherfuckers would have ended up dead.
Would have ended up living in the mourning their best friend in a Motel 6 bathroom. It's like I can't tell if we're shooting a movie or cutting up coke. It's like what the fuck is going on here?
Are we watching a Western or are we watching a cartel movie?
Is this live leaks? Like, yeah, Will.
Is this live or is this Sicario?
Is this live?
Is this live? Is this live? Action?
It's like Alec Baldwin turning dumpster fires into movies. You know, one murder scene at a time. He really should start his own production. He really should start his.
Motel. or if I'm watching the print of the commercial.
Yeah, I think he should quit his career as a, whatever he's trying to do in Hollywood and just become like a snuff film director or something like that because he's pretty good at it. All right, let's keep watching. Let's keep watching.
The armor.
24-year-old Hannah Gutierrez Reed, seen here in photos by the DailyMail.com, was hired as the film's armorer, in charge of all weapons on set. The daughter of a famous Hollywood armorer, Russ was only her second film in this role. He spoke to the Rest of the West podcast about working as lead armorer for her first film before Rust.
I was really nervous about it at first, and I almost didn't take the job because I wasn't sure if I was ready, but doing it, it went really smoothly.
Yeah, really smoothly. Into the ground.
Did you think she was up for the job?
I assumed because she was there and she was hired, she was up for the job.
And nothing she did raised.
You see how he said, I assume because she was there, she was hired, she was up for the job. So he's already trying to spin a narrative against this girl, unfortunately. Hey, feminists, you might want to come for Alec Baldwin and cancel his punk ass.
My nigga, why didn't he have her on the ABC with him? Like, she's alive, he's alive. They're both involved with a gun. They're both victims of this gun attack, this sentient gun attack. Oh my God!
Guns are sentient.
Yeah, apparently guns are like the chick from the Babadook or like the doll from Annabelle. They just be going around just shooting mofos, They just lighten them up. So, but like he did this alone. He decided to film that day alone. He talked with the armorer alone. Everything is the Alec Baldwin show. I'm thinking about maybe this is just the Truman Show and we're all a part of Alec Baldwin's life. Like somebody's lying to him to get him to think like he can really pull this stuff out by himself. It's really just sad. Like he wants to talk for all these people and how much of a good friends he is with them, but he's on this interview publicly weeks before the trial.
The sad part about that is the way he said it about that chick. Yeah. He's basically already spinning a narrative like he's going to throw her under the bus.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Oh Lord.
Yeah. The chick that's the gunnery person or armory person. She's about to be thrown under the bus because the way he spun it was because she was there. I thought that she might have been up there or something along the lines of that. I already said it, but basically go back and rehear it if you want to hear it.
Yeah.
Any red flags with you?
No.
This training that you do. What did she tell you?
She said things like, "Remember, this is a blank round, so you have to create the discharge yourself because there's no projectile. So if you shot the gun, you go bang. When we roll the camera, you got to go bang and have the gun snap back. You have to create that." She would give you little tips about firing, and she'd say to you, when we're done, point the gun down. When we're done, you give the gun to me or to Halls, only those two people.
Dave Halls was Russ's assistant director, also known as the first AD. Seen here in this IMDb photo, he was responsible for keeping the production on schedule.
Sometimes we would be on a set that was a very, very cramped set, and they wanted people in that room on an as-needed basis. If I'm holding the gun and they say cut, I then hand the gun to Halls if she's not there.
Yeah, why Halls not handled? Some people have said that only the armorers.
No. That's inaccurate. Meaning in the protocols of the business, meaning Hannah would hand me the gun 99% of the time. Whatever the preponderance of the time. But when we would say cut, if Hannah was away from the set, I would hand Halls the gun.
Hannah Gutierrez Reed had a dual role on set. Armorer, and she was also the assistant prop master for the film.
One of the things her attorney has said is that she was hired for 2 positions on the film and therefore was stretched in an inappropriate way. Did she raise any of those concerns with you?
No, I.
No. Listen to what her last name is.
Say it again for us.
Listen to what her last name is.
Who? Halls or the victim or the armorer?
No, the girl, the armorer.
Armorer. Okay.
You know what they said her name was? Gutierrez.
He's
now he's
right.
about to
Yep,
throw a
yep, yep.
Mexican under the bus.
Yup. Hannah Gutierrez.
Hannah Gutierrez. So wait, one second.
So
So
he's
you're
about to
telling
pull.
me,
He's about to pull.
Dude.
He's about to pull what a Trump was accused of on another person.
now, yeah, I know, but it's like, wait one daggone second. It's like, my first thing is, why in the world? What is this bullshit? What is this fuckery going on here? It's like.
Isn't it obvious
watching-
one? I mean, he's looking for a scapegoat. He picks the daughter of the most widely known gun armorer in Hollywood, who happens to be Mexican.
And it's like,
Facts.
and it's like, well, first off, somebody they all slipped at their job because the armorer is supposed to teach the person how to identify between blank rounds and live rounds. And the person's like, this is how an armorer.
When you missed
Yeah,
the point.
When you're dominating.
Oh my God.
She was doing two jobs at the same time. Literally something an armorer should
There's
be
your
doing in the first
problem.
damn place.
There's your problem.
She was doing props and she was doing armorer.
There's your problem.
Typically, people who are handling live guns are not supposed to be prop people and vice versa. It's supposed to be compartmentalized, you know.
Yeah.
That's how the prop gun
what it
gets mixed
sounds
with
like
the real
to me-
gun.
What it sounds like to me is somebody was trying to save some money.
Yup. Cutting corners, man.
Somebody was cutting corners and being cheap.
It's
out this
even,
bitch.
Eddie. Stephanopoulos. They hit the like in the fucking video.
Shooting a lower budget film is stretched, myself included. And I got no complaints from her or the prop department. I'm not sitting there when I'm getting dressed and ready to go do a scene saying, oh my God, the prop woman seemed very harried today. I didn't get a sense of that.
This nigga just said harried.
People on the film. The first time I heard that there was any problem with anybody in the crew of the film was when Luber said, well, we have some issues here.
Lane Looper, the first camera assistant, would email production managers a resignation letter later that night, citing safety concerns. Quote, during the filming of gunfights on this job, things are often played very fast and loose. So far, there have been 2 accidental weapons discharges. He also wrote about concerns about reasonable rest and housing for local crew with long commutes to the set.
When he quit, now the day before that happened, we wrapped. And he came up to me and he said, thank you for the position you've taken on behalf of IATSE and the union on social media. I said, my pleasure.
This photo, posted by Helena, showed the cast crew in solidarity with IATSE, the International Alliance of Theatrical Stage Employees, which had been on the verge of a strike. And Alec posted this on Instagram.
And I want to say to the people in IATSE, do what you need to do. You want to go on strike?
Why the fuck does he look like Rob? Why is he trying to look like Robert De Niro? Why do I want to slap this man? Why do I want to slap this man? Why is he trying to look like my favorite actor in the whole entire world? Why?
Oh, sorry, hold on. I muted Win because he's echoing. Hold on, Win. Go ahead, Win. Sorry, were you talking? What were you saying?
Yeah, it's like, what the heck? It's like, it's crazy, you know? Why will I don't got enough aspirin in my I don't have any aspirin in my truck. This is ridiculous.
He's basically saying that people, the public shouldn't feel bad, right wingers shouldn't feel bad because IATSE County thanked him for his contributions, and he's been getting nothing but praise for killing this person. Like, we're gonna believe that.
He basically used their acting with their IATSE's acting ensemble, basically theatrical acting ensemble for this film.
Name drop.
Apparently. So he's basically name dropping. He's basically name dropping right now, and he's basically trying to make it sound, like he actually really cares when he basically had him in the hospital. Look, let's just say those conditions are fucked up.
If anybody believes this bullshit,
what you said, Tico, and the Win. And that what you said, and also the fact that he said fast and loose. That's going to come up later. Like, remember
Yeah.
that he said that that set is fast and loose. That's going to come up
That
later.
said is fast and loose. And mind you, they had 2 accidental discharges prior to that. And the irony to it is
They had
everything's
experts
fast
on
and loose,
set.
living
Yeah.
conditions, and then the fact that a lot of people had to drive 52 miles to get the fucking set. Now that's fucked up by third world countries.
Ooh. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Well, okay. Let's. I think we can go. We can keep going.
Go.
I mean, really, really, this is the
When?
diatribe. Yeah.
Thank you. I already hit play.
The executives, they don't give a about you. He said, because we have some issues.
Look at that. He trying to draw some emotion. They don't give a fuck about you. Okay, Alec Baldwin. You don't give a fuck about them because you got them driving 52 miles from set in hospital positions with 2 discharges that went off on set, and you're playing it fast and loose. Oh yeah, you really care. You really care a lot about them. Let me tell you, man. Let me tell you.
He's such a nice guy. Yeah. Go.
My grandmother as a coyote gives people better accommodations when she transports them across the damn border. This motherfucker right here.
You can't. He's completely out of his element. You can't say that you care about somebody if you're willing to be an amateur and literally have their life in your hands. Like when you're on set, not only that, like he's in a place, he's like in an unfamiliar place. When people see people filming a movie, a lot of times you don't know what's going to happen. Like somebody might try to, like, especially they're carrying around guns and stuff, like, antique Colts and stuff. I'm sure he didn't have any security. So yeah, of course, this dude who's a complete amateur wants to say that he cares about the people that he works with. I mean, if you cared, you do a little bit more research, right? But anyways,
you do a little bit more research. You do a little more fact checking. You do a little more training. You do a little more, layout of the land. You do a little more of a lot of everything. You do a little more spending for security. You do a little more spending for accommodations. Maybe have some built. Maybe, just maybe. Maybe have some people stay at the various places in that ranch where where it's livable conditions. Maybe something like that. Just saying, all things you could possibly pull off.
I'm sure he wasn't in the motel. I'm sure he wasn't in the motel with them. I'm sure he had a nice hotel. Yeah, he had a nice hotel room. Of course,
probably had a limousine ride too. There, he probably had a helicopter flying him back and forth to the set. Everybody else is taking their little, cruises and Toyotas back and forth to the set and shit like that. He ran on in the AC and shit.
Let's go.
Here. I said, such as, and he said, my men need a better hotel room. There was no mention of safety issues.
He didn't say anything about the accidental discharges on set.
He didn't say anything about anything else. He goes, my men need better hotel rooms. I said, well, we're leaving, we're wrapping. Will you be here tomorrow? He said, yes. Because what I was about to do, which I've done on any number of films and TV projects, was to give more of my salary back to the production to pay for X. And I was about to say to him, let me know what it would be to B&B you guys in a house that's closer to how we can address your problem. I will be happy to contribute to that. The next day they were gone.
So you had no sense from anyone on the set that people had been stretched to the point where safety was compromised?
No. I never heard one word about that. None.
Rust producers told ABC News Mr. Looper's allegations around budget and safety are patently false, which is not surprising, considering his job was to be a camera operator, and he had absolutely nothing to do with or knowledge of safety protocols or budgets. Safety is always the number one priority on our films.
When people say
Looper, really? You got Looper to write that though? Looper of all people. Looper that.
So you're telling me, yeah.
Oh
so you're go ahead.
Yep.
Really though, Looper. You couldn't find anybody else to write that shit. I would have got National Enquirer to write that. That'd have had more merit to it if National Enquirer would have wrote that. I don't know. How about what's the other one that's like National Enquirer?
Oh, you're talking about? Oh, yeah. Just like the tabloids.
Yeah, I would have got a tabloid to write it. That'd have had more levity. That would have had more shit to it than that. I mean, come on now, really, dude, really?
Hey, goddamn, Lost the Flyer could write something better than that. A
Shit.
gospel
I could have got out.
church
I could
flyer.
have got it. I could have got the high school. I could have got the middle school news team to write better than that.
I'm saying if they wanted to prioritize safety, they should have got.
Laszlo on this so he can have a better PR rep. Where's? Oh, he's not here right now. Oh, damn. Anyways, I'll see what Saki's doing. She'll get on that.
If safety was their number one concern, they should have cast De Niro for this movie because he would have never fired the prop gun on the director.
Yeah, he would have never fired a prop gun without. He'd probably looked at. Are you kidding me? You picked her? Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? I love De Niro. I love De Niro.
Tell me why you thought that was a good idea. Tell me why. Tell me why.
Basically, yeah. Yep. Basically, that'd be De Niro in a heartbeat.
Sorry, this is a complete tangent, but I like the scene in Limitless where Bradley Cooper grabs Robert De Niro's heart, and he's like so lucid. He's like, you're suffering heart failure, and like De Niro's so pressed. He's just like so shook. He's like, who the heck is this guy? Anyways, but De Niro's a goat. De Niro is literally a goat. Sorry.
He's a goat. Definitely a goat. Coming Al Pacino.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Well, let's keep learning about safety from Alec Baldwin, please.
Any judgment or any cynicism, Spielberg wants to save money. Tom Cruise wants to save money. Everybody who makes movies has.
Yeah, but they save money in the right places, and they keep everybody safe in the process of doing so. Nobody died on a Spielberg set. Nobody from a gun.
This is like think about it. Spielberg did what? Spielberg did name the movies that Spielberg did. Like movies with
Spielberg. Let's just make it easy. Name a movie that Spielberg didn't do. Okay.
Exactly. And think about it. Like he had explosions, practical effects, car crashes, accidents, monsters fighting each other, giant sharks. Oceanography, which is like one of the most dangerous things that you can literally die from coming up from the water too fast. And this guy literally is like in the middle of nowhere in the desert, and he can't even keep his people alive. Think about that. Tom Cruise is a multi-million-dollar, success of acting and even like some writing credits, some producing his philanthropic work.
He does his own stunts.
He does his own fucking stuff.
Trying to compare himself. I may not like the guy, but he does his own stunts.
It's like Jackie. He might as well. He might as well be like.
Shot himself in the foot.
He might as well be like Jackie Chan tries to cut costs, by doing his own stunts.
Hey, look,
Jackie Chan.
Look, I can name a movie that Spielberg didn't produce. Rust.
It was wow.
Wow, you dick. You're a dick, dude. You're an asshole, dude.
I can name a movie he didn't produce. Rust. Good one, Win. Good one. I got to give you that one. 1 point for Wind over there.
I'm glad I didn't have you muted for that. I'm glad I didn't mute you for that. That was good.
I can name a movie that I was like, oh my god, here we go. That was sarcasm. When he said Rust, I was like, oh man, that was a good one.
Yo, I bet Baldwin's listening to that and he's recoiling in his chair. Get it?
Like fuck that Win. Fuck him.
Hey, look, I'm not on Twitter, so you can't find me.
He deleted his Twitter, so
he deleted his Twitter. Yeah,
I'll find you on another platform.
Oh, boo! What's he gonna do?
Responsibility.
What's he gonna do? Strip it blank?
Reckless and careless with the money that you're given. Those are men who make movies that cost $205 million, and I'm making movies that cost $5 million.
The question, though, is were costs being cut at the expense of safety and security?
In my opinion, no, because I did not observe any safety.
You hear him stutter right there?
He's lying. He's lying. He's lying his ass off.
In my opinion, no, because I did.
Here on our we have our expert liar in the studio, Red Pill in the Wind. Can you please explain?
Hey, when a person's going like,
being cut at the expense of safety and security.
In my opinion, no, because
Don't play that joke for me. Why you laughing when you fucking
Yo, this is
because you're taking
the bigger number of bucks, the bigger line.
this is why people say
because when you were lying, you stutter.
this is why ABC's trying to this is what ABC's trying to do. They're trying to say that we are the right wing people that are throwing Alec Baldwin on the bus when that antique Colt 45 is what killed that person and injured that person that day.
Whoa. Antique Colt 45, right? Oh, I call bullshit. Because his fat got that
two zigzags. Baby, that's all
that's
we need.
all we need.
We go to Russ,
got the dog,
shoot a bitch to hit in.
It's like, right, we're alt-right. We're an alt-right news organization that's preaching a false narrative, but we also know the Colt 45 and two zigzags hip-hop line, right?
Right.
I'm pretty sure Alec Baldwin doesn't even know Colt 45. Is he really on the left? We got to really think about this. He shot a woman and he blamed a Mexican person.
That doesn't sound very,
is he really?
That doesn't sound
it doesn't sound very leftist. It sounds pretty much like this thing is a conservative in disguise.
Wait.
I think so.
It doesn't make any like first time a Colt 45. A Colt 45.
And those two people those two titans of industry he named were both white people, Steven Spielberg and Tom Cruise. So he's not very inclusive. He considers himself a part of that category of white male patriarchal film industry type.
Well, the problem is though they
needs to be canceled.
Here's the problem: they make more movies than he has.
They're very successful. Yeah, they're much more successful than he is or will ever
be.
Steven Spielberg can make a movie about a dog pissing in a park, and we will all go see the fucking movie because it's Steven fucking Spielberg. End the fucking story.
Yeah.
And the thing is, first off, Colt 45.
Mark Scorsese, Steven Spielberg, fucking Stephen King, fucking George Lucas, and who's the other guy? There's one other guy.
You said Scorsese, Spielberg, Lucas, Tarantino.
No, not Tarantino.
The guy that's like Spielberg, right? The guy he's kind of like Spielberg.
King.
Well, that's a book.
King.
That's a book.
Well, he does. He did have movies produced from his books. All them people can make a movie about a dog pissing in the park, and we will all go see it because it's those guys.
Exactly. Tom Cruise made a movie about a video game where he did his own stunts fighting in a mech suit against alien 3D or alien CGI. Nobody died. You know, there was like artillery fire. He was running through artillery fire and like shooting people at the same time, and he didn't kill them, not one person.
He didn't even
Jackie Chan slid down a freaking building like in real life, like a skyscraper in real life.
He didn't even injure nobody on his stunt team. He got injured himself, but nobody on the stunt team at the bottom.
Yeah, Jackie Chan takes the most L's for the movie industry, and obviously he makes more than Alec Baldwin, but it's just like Alec Baldwin didn't mention him. He didn't mention Sofia Coppola. He didn't mention
Francis Ford Coppola. That's what I was thinking of.
Oh yeah, Francis Ford Coppola. But Sofia Coppola is also a director, but he didn't mention any female directors or actors of color. He didn't mention anybody like that. Like, are you serious?
Very progressive, Baldy.
You consider yourself an ally? Get the fuck out of here. It's just like, dude, just because you act like a gay guy doesn't mean that you get to, be an ally. All right, I'm gonna need to see some receipts. All right, I need to see this. I need to see Alec Baldwin. I'm gonna need to see some
receipts, bro.
Receipts, bro. It's over, Alec. Your career.
It's over, Alex. Your career's over.
You're 5'7". You're 5'7", Alex.
It's over, Alex. It's over. You're about to be canceled, Alex.
You need to. Okay, we need to tell Alec to a De Niro Max because he definitely is not. He's definitely not.
De Niro Max, definitely.
It's over, Alex.
I did not observe.
Still stuttering.
Any safety or security issues at all in the time I was there.
They cut him off in the middle of stuttering again. That means he's lying like a motherfucker.
It's edited, highly edited.
Now,
Look at it. Listen to that.
Look, he's lying better than that grass on that ground right now.
Listen to Alec Baldwin, the guy that doesn't do his own stunts, the guy that does Saturday Night Live, get fed scripted lines. He said, to his knowledge, he didn't see any safety issues during the time he was there. Now think about that. Think about that. The fact that
he didn't look at all.
He's not looking even in the right spot. Alec Baldwin only looks at people that will give him the verbal fellatio that he desires, so truly desires. Basically. Like he doesn't look for anything else that doesn't involve him. If he did, then maybe people would be walking out of that set alive. I don't know. It's just about. But
maybe that day would have never been that fateful day.
It sure as hell seems like he's trying to avoid that day.
And had the armor not been stretched in, maybe that would have never happened either.
Facts. Tell them.
Just saying.
Because it's just like nowadays.
Thursday, October 21st.
Go ahead.
Baldwin posts a photo of himself in costume on Instagram. Back to in person at the office. Blimey, it's exhausting. That morning, Looper and 6 other crew members walked off the set. Filming continued with a replacement camera crew. Scene 1.
Wait, so why is camera crews walking off the set?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Why are there people just missing? Like, this makes no sense. Like, Alec Baldwin is not Werner Herzog. He's not like this person that's done. Yeah, he's old as fuck, but he's not multifaceted to be able to like control an entire set by himself. Don't get me wrong. There are people are like that are in the industry. Like, they're amazing. Like, they're just so ready to go. But Alec, you kind of have to like. I feel like Alec is one of those guys that takes like 2 hours to get on set. And then he's talking about his lines, so it's just like everybody's ready to go, but we're all waiting on him.
Basically, apparently,
I think really
about a week before he got there.
But if you think about it, he is the manliest man in terms of like the Hollywood lefties, like Scrabble, the people that are still around. Like, well, think about it. Like Matt Damon, he's done. He's like He's shit in a can for a Mars movie, and now everybody's just like, yeah, he's good, yeah, but he's too libertarian for us. And it's just like, it's funny that he's trying to turn this accident on set into a gun control like narrative, and everybody's trying to get behind him and feel bad for him and stuff like that. So I don't know. Am I based on that? It just seems like they're literally trying to frame this in terms of like.
Well, we haven't got to that part yet. We're about to find out now.
So, teen in the church was slated for after lunch.
Everybody there was.
Wait, he didn't.
Why speak out
shit.
now?
I done fucked that up. Hang on.
Well, I think that.
We're experiencing some technical difficulties. Hold on.
And I'm.
Blimey, it's exhausting. That morning, Looper and 6 other crew members walked off the set. Filming continued with a replacement camera crew. Scene 118 in the church was slated for after lunch.
We're gonna reset.
Everybody there.
Somebody explain to me why nobody noticed the 6 people walking off the set. No safety conditions. He noticed no safety conditions, but they had to replace a camera crew. He didn't notice the whole entire camera crew was different. He didn't notice that 6 people that were there prior to that were actually just walking off the set. He didn't notice that the one guy had a problem and walked off the set. He didn't know none of this shit. If you noticed this stuff, like 6 people walked off the set, my guy.
Because typically he has his crew is his feelers. His crew is his eyes, his ears, his everything. But like without his crew, he's not going to notice any problems because he does everything right.
Well, no, but the sad part about that, if you're an actor or you're on the set, you basically look at your surroundings. If somebody looks different, if it doesn't like Bob from accounting, you're pretty much going to ask what happened to Bob from accounting. If it's not Luann from Poughkeepsie, you're going to wonder where the hell Luann from Poughkeepsie went.
Yeah.
I'm just saying. Like, no.
And the funny thing is it's like
the
armor. I'm pretty sure the armor was gone. Correct me if I'm wrong, chat, but the armor was gone. So what he like if that fateful day never happened, something would have happened because after he's done filming that gun scene with Helena filming and Joel right behind him, and everybody on set, or like the skeleton crew, he's just going to set the gun off to the side and finish the scene. That's a gun with live ammunition potentially in it. There's no armor on set to take care of it. You know what I'm saying? Win, go ahead. You can go.
I got a question. Now, how typically things are done, you don't bring the firearms out until a firearm scene is neat about right?
Pretty much. You pretty
They
much
were doing the rehearsal.
You pretty much care about props until then.
Yeah. But the prop girl, who is also the armorer girl, was out to lunch.
Why was the prop girl out the? Why was the armorer girl out to lunch? Why?
This is like I say, like he. The thing is like, if you can figure out all that stuff, Alex Case actually gets better. But he wants to go on ABC weeks before any of that stuff gets figured out, and this is what he wants to say. Like, this is hilarious. Like, this is just such stupidity. And now he deleted his Twitter account.
So typically Hollywood sets would have a buffet table of some sort, right?
Yeah, something like a feeding thing with like donuts and all that.
This one apparently didn't because living conditions sucked.
It's like you can eat my toenail clippings. I mean, I'm a C-list celebrity. Yeah, it's pretty nutritious.
How about smegma?
Anyways, back to the actual thing.
Yeah,
was having a positive experience. People who are watching the show, people who back home, you have no idea how unique an environment a motion picture set is. It's kind of, there's an instant familiarity. The amount of care, these are people who are professionals who have really good.
This is the guy that killed somebody, and he's talking about like instant familiarity. Like, I think this dude's a serial killer.
Right. Pretty much.
Like, he's using words that a person that just accidentally shot somebody should not be using. Like, like a Wild West crime, a Wild West shootout scene is instantly familiar to me. It's like, bro, you haven't ever been in a Western movie. Like, what are you talking about?
I think he has been in one a while ago, though.
Has he? Yeah.
Wasn't it like Lonesome Dove or something like that? One of the Lonesome Doves. I could be wrong, but it was something like that. But it was a while ago. It was in a Western movie.
He was a little bit behind his time.
It might have been his brother.
This is hilarious. Okay. I think the testimony, what happens coming up.
So hardworking, and they're so conscientious, and you're around people, and you're part of one of the great collaborative processes in the world, movie making. Everyone moving like a watch to get everything done, and when you kind of, I don't make that many movies anymore, because movie making demanded that I travel. And I didn't want to leave my family. All these movies I made, I stayed home. I didn't want to go. If I went away for a week. To leave my family for 4 weeks and go shoot this movie, that was a big deal. And I'm sitting on this pew. And so help me God. I sat on that pew right before they called lunch. And I said, this movie has made me love making movies again. Because I used to love to make movies. I did. You know, I worked with people once. I was going to do the movie The Edge, and they called me.
Not one tear came out that motherfucker's eye. Not one damn tear came out that motherfucker's eye. Oh yeah, and there goes Anthony Hopkins, by the way. Another great actor.
He's amazing. And he's like this thing literally said, me murdering this person made me love acting again. That's what this literally just said.
That was before the church scene, though. That was before the church scene, supposedly.
But and it's just
technically, that thought would be hindsight 2020 when he was sitting in a pew before the scene was shot, supposedly.
Before that, he's talking about all the movie making is a bunch of people moving in tandem, and it's kind of like that's Hollywood, right? It's just like a bunch of people with the eyes on you, moving behind the scenes, making shady deals and stuff happening. And he said he even spends time with his family. That's why he has to travel. And he's neglecting the fact that his armor/prop girl had to travel like 52 miles or something to get there and is drained and stuff. And he's like in his cush trailer with like a bunch of catering from Lucille's barbecue or something, and he's just like, "Oh yeah, I just stopped doing movies because I'm sick of travel." And it's like, you literally made all these people live in a roach motel to film this movie. It's not, like I said, it's not even a high budget movie. It's like, anyway, whatever.
Yeah, this
His
guy.
testimony's coming.
So they got Tony Hopkins to do the film. What do you make of it?
Yeah, okay, for you here.
And I started sobbing. I just started sobbing because I thought, oh God, I'm gonna have a chance to work with this guy.
Any chance you can go easy on me?
When they cast me in It's Complicated with Meryl, I thought, I'm gonna get to go make a movie with her.
How does he get to work with all these people? He sucks at actually acting, by the way, now that I think about it. Was he one of Harvey Weinstein's
Yeah, he checked the box.
too?
He checks the box.
Hey, wait.
He does check the box for Harvey Weinstein's victims?
He checks the box for he checks the box for the island too, yeah. But
He does check the box for the island as well. Epstein Island?
yeah. He checks the box for the Scarlett Johansson, Ewan McGregor, what's the guy, Michael Clark Duncan Island, that thing where you get carted off to like a random place. Yep.
I could probably, nope.
That's also part of this too. That's also part of this too. Like Alec he's really taking one for the team right now, because not only is he putting himself out there, he's also distracting while Hollywood and trying to like emphasize this Kyle Rittenhouse thing that's happened recently and try to de-emphasize some of the other stuff that's going on in Hollywood now. So he's not just doing this thinking that he's the one that's going to get out. He's kind of like, he's being a team player right now. So okay. W Alec Baldwin right now. W Alec Baldwin.
Well,
sorry. People, they have
not one tear. Not one. What the fuck?
D-Man doesn't understand why this guy's still walking around.
Somebody please hit him with a baseball bat. Please. Make him cry for real. Somebody break his knee or something like that. Somebody Nancy Kerrigan this fucker. Somebody do something to make him actually cry. This motherfucker can't even cry. How you an actor can't cry?
Clear eyes. Wow.
That's really
clear eyes.
Your dreams.
It is. We appreciate good acting.
How old you are, you have your dreams of people you want to work with. And this movie made me love making movies again. I really thought we were.
Okay, you already said that, but they're still not
Second time you said that.
Oh, God. What?
Dragon.
I swear he was on the Harvey Weinstein casting couch. I don't care what anybody say. He was on the Harvey Weinstein casting couch. I bet he was.
He definitely got.
Yeah.
His cookies either ate or kissed.
He had to eat some cookies. He has to eat some cookies and cream.
Yeah,
cookies and cream.
This dude invented the Oreo. He's so old. He invented the Oreo.
He probably tossed a salad or two too.
This dude literally is an ambassador for Nabisco.
He had to get the milk cookies.
Next.
She goes down. I thought to myself, did she faint?
Kyle did send him on.
Did you see blood?
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live
event part two. I think this is where he talks about he cocked the hammer and the gun went on. He let go of the hammer and the gun went on. It all happened so fast.
So, you're telling me that an antique Colt 45 with a half cock on it couldn't catch that goddamn hammer, right?
Wait. We'll get to it. Save it. But how are you dealing with all of this personally? Being a gun person yourself.
I am fucking pissed that somebody could be that fucking negligent and stupid.
Yeah.
In all of my years in any branch of service in life, I've never seen anybody that so freaking irresponsible in my entire freaking life.
When you're such an
How,
alpha,
Sway?
you're such an alpha, dude.
How, Sway? Tell
Let
me
me know.
how.
Let me know if you can hear the sound. I'm about to start playing it again.
When you are such a goat. W win in the chat. W.
Y'all hear the music playing?
Yes.
Y'all hear everything?
And everything is coming in good so
Yep.
far.
Okay.
Yes,
And
we're good. We're good.
I'm sorry. I'm still stuck on the fact that nigga's not crying still. I'm sorry.
They literally had to play a whole Rango music track just to cover up the fact that this dude's not shedding one single tear. I mean, I cried during the Johnny Depp scene in Rango, but I'm not crying, nor is this nigga crying during this interview. So I don't know what's gonna happen. Let's see, let's find out what
I
happens.
can't remember the last time I actually cried during a movie.
Marley and Me? You didn't shed a tear during Marley and Me, dude?
No. I think the last time I cried during a movie was when Darth Vader died in Star Wars.
Well, if anything helps anything,
I actually cried
laughed.
for the bad guy dying, which really sucked.
I laughed in Titanic.
I didn't really like none of the heroes.
I laughed.
Win
in
probably
Titanic.
cried during Taxi Driver, something like that. Shit like that.
He did. He so did. That's like some shit that Win would cry during.
When you
Anyways.
cry during Scorsese movies, it's like, damn. Anyways,
I don't think I've ever cried during a Scorsese movie. I probably wanted to a couple times, but it never happened.
no.
I don't think I've ever cried during a Francis Ford Coppola movie either. In a couple of his movies, there's some serious tearjerkers apparently. But anyways, back to the actual thing. Why does it sound like some shit from Return to Lonesome Dove? Is it just me or that?
It does. It does. Well, yeah. It's like a heart disease medication commercial. It's like, try Elvira. You have problems sleeping at night. Shooting people on set. Like, like
Right.
Side effects may include a dead person on set for 30 minutes.
Another person.
Talk to your doctor today if you think you can run a movie scene without half of your crew there and no armor and no prop person.
And everybody quitting on you on a regular basis.
And no paramedics.
And everybody.
All right, we're gonna see the effects of psychiatry prescribed medication in a second here. Go ahead, take up the clip.
It was the 12th day of their 21-day shoot.
That day, I did exactly what I've done every day on that movie.
Baldwin was preparing for his next scene, a shootout inside this wooden church.
Set the scene right before that happened. You're sitting in a pew in the church.
Right.
What's the scene supposed to be?
The scene is the two guys are there who have got me, cornered, and they think I'm shot pretty bad, and I'm kind of wilting, and they have a gun, and then a sound outside distracts them, and I then draw the gun, cross-draw out of my holster, pull the gun up like that, and start to cock the pistol. Cut. I'm handed a gun, and someone declares, they said, "This is a cold gun."
Dave Halls.
The first AD. In my years on the sets of film, hot gun meant that there was a charge in there, and cold gun meant there was nothing in there. When he's saying this is a cold gun, what he's saying to everybody on the set is, you can relax. The gun is empty.
That's what cold gun means.
Well, cold gun means there's no charge in there. There could be dummy rounds.
A dummy round looks like a real bullet, but is completely inert. It contains no explosive charge.
And you were rehearsing that scene. Was it an actual rehearsal? There's some disagreement about that, whether it was a formal rehearsal at that time.
This is a marking rehearsal where I'm going to show her. She's standing next to the camera. She's like this. You're me. She's got a monitor here. The camera is here filming that way. She takes a monitor that is his monitor, the operator, and turns it toward her. It swivels, and she says to me, "Hold the gun lower. Go to your right. Okay, right there. All right, do that. Now show it a little bit lower." And she's getting me to position the gun. Everything is in her direction. She's guiding me through how she wants me to hold the gun for this angle. And I draw the gun out, and I find a mark. I draw the gun out, I'm going to cut. And what's really urgent is the gun wasn't meant to be fired in that angle.
So if you're shooting directly into the camera lens, you're not aiming.
I'm not shooting to the camera lens. I'm shooting just off.
Just off.
Right, in her direction. I'm holding the gun where she told me to hold it, which ended up being aimed right in below her armpit. It was what I was told. I don't know. This was a completely incidental shot, an angle that may not have.
Wait, which was incidentally her armpit. How do you not know it's her armpit if you're looking right at her, aiming a gun at her?
Damn, I wish I had some teeth. Woo! Lord
It's
have mercy.
I think
it's
I might
funny
have played that too long for YouTube, but yeah, no. How do you what? No. Like, how do you know it's not incidentally at her armpit if you're pointing a gun her way, towards her way, at her way, where the monitor? You can tell me where the monitor was sitting. You can tell me how everything was positioned. You can tell me how she was positioned, but you can't tell me that you was actually pointing at her armpit. But you know everything about else. You got detail for every fucking thing else, but the fact that you shot her in the armpit or you were aiming at her armpit. Make that make sense to me, Pimpin. Make that make sense.
It's funny. It's funny. I bet D-Man is laughing. It's funny how he said a cold gun is supposed to make people feel safe, when to me a loaded gun should make you feel safer than it not being loaded. It's not very useful if a gun doesn't have bullets in it. But he's like, it made everyone feel safe to know that there was no bullets on set, like no live rounds on set.
Somebody lied.
It shows you these people's lack of depth. Yeah, like they're like, oh, no bullets, no live round, no live ammunition. Okay, good.
Oh my god, people are crazy.
Well, I could see.
Hold on, Win. Let's go.
No, go ahead, Win.
All right, hold
on. I could. You know what? I almost think it was a setup, because Alec Baldwin seems to come off to be that much of an asshole. There were enough people absolutely fucking hate his guts.
Why?
Win.
I mean, come on.
Interesting.
You're putting people in goddamn rat roach motels, right? I'd be kind of pissed if I was putting a rat roach motel on the side of the goddamn highway.
I think I'd probably snooze somebody if I was going to be snitched on too. I'm just saying.
You know, they don't say it in this. They don't say it in this video, but one of the things on set is Alex shenanigans, and I think he actually threatened to shoot somebody jokingly on set, which I think is just a funny thing. I don't think it gets mentioned in this video.
Oh,
he was like, oh, it's like somebody told him to do something, like ordered him around because he is a cattle. He is an actor.
Our investigative reporter, was on it.
Yeah, and he was like, wouldn't it be? He said, like, wouldn't it be nice if what if I just shot you with this instead? He literally said that on set. So I mean,
who did he say it to? The director, or did he say it to Sosa?
He said it during the marking rehearsal. He said it during that marking rehearsal. Yeah. But when your favorite part's coming up, so I think we should get to it.
It ended up in the film at all, but we kept doing this. So then I said to her, now in this scene, I'm going to cock the gun. And I said, do you want to see that? And she said, yes. So I take the gun and I start to cock the gun. I'm not going to pull the trigger. I said, do you see that? She goes, well, just cheat it down and tilt it down a little bit like that. And I cock the gun. I go, can you see that? Can you see that? Can you see that? And she says, and then I let go of the hammer of the gun and the gun goes off.
Bullshit!
I let go of the hammer of the gun and the gun goes off.
Bullshit! That is complete and utter bullshit!
Our firearms,
Colt 45 has a goddamn half cock. Has half cock.
Even an antique Colt 45?
Even an antique Colt 45 rifle has a half cock. You know why it has a half cock? So that it can be reloaded.
I think it's a handgun. This is a handgun one. This is not the Colt 45 rifle.
No, what I'm saying, revolver. Like how you load a Colt 45. Was it a Black Hawk edition? If it was a Black Hawk edition, you pull it back half cock, you spin the chamber. There's a freaking a shell ejector that you have to physically hit to eject each goddamn little shell, and you basically have to spin the shell, or spin the cylinder to put each shell back in. It has a half cock mechanism that even if you let go of the thing, that half cock has a chance to stop that, a higher chance than your goddamn finger on a fucking trigger well, to stop the goddamn hammer from falling. What the fuck?
So what you're saying is it's impossible the way that he described it.
Basically, it's impossible.
It's impossible the way he described it. So either he's lying, or he
Or
was
it's
set
not the
up.
gun. It's not the gun that he actually had on set.
It might not be the gun that he had on set. It might be a different. He might have because when he was apparently when he was demonstrating it somewhere, somebody said that they saw his chunky sausage fingers actually operating the trigger while he was demonstrating what he was cocking back. Like the way that he demonstrated it in that person's eyes basically told you that if he was holding a gun with live ammo, it would have gone off. The way that he was motioning with it, which doesn't make sense. Like if you're marking a scene for rehearsal, you shouldn't like. Why would you be using the live gun? Maybe you're trying to get it. Like maybe what they're trying to do is perfect the shot,
Apparently,
like with the lighting.
The gun that he had was supposed to be the prop gun, and they were supposed to say cut, give him the real gun, and then they were supposed to take the real gun and actually do the actual shooting, and then say cut again, basically.
That's what I'm saying. There shouldn't be any issue with using not the gun that was used. You know what I'm saying? Like I get it if they're trying to find a perfect angle and they need the actual what the gun looks like, but they could have just used a prop. Like they could have just used a gun without ammunition in it. And like what is the point? This is getting more and more crazy as things go on. Is there any more to the video? I think are we done?
Yeah, there's more to the video.
Oh, good God.
Oh, trust me, there's more.
Goes off.
At the moment. The decisive
That was the
moment.
moment the gun went off. Yeah, that was the moment the gun went off.
It wasn't in the script for the trigger to be pulled.
Well, the trigger wasn't pulled. I didn't pull the trigger.
So you never pulled the trigger.
No. I would never point a gun at anyone and pull a trigger at them. Never.
Funnily enough, hold on. The screen. The person who actually called 911 was.
Wait. He just lied.
Sorry. My bad.
I just called him.
Sorry. Sorry. What? So who should go first? I was like, so George Stephanopoulos just asked him if it was in the script for the trigger to be pulled. Funnily enough, the person who was reading the script during the play was there on set. The screenwriter was the person who called the cops. So like it's funny how he says that the script didn't. He mentions the script, and the person that ended up actually calling the authorities would have known whether or not the trigger is supposed to be pulled, which obviously it doesn't seem like anybody else did because the girl was lying there for like a half an hour, 45 minutes.
And the other guy got injured or something like that. The one that was the right. No, he was a screenwriter. Wasn't
the director.
The director was
the director and the cinematographer were who got hit, and then like the screenwriter was the person. The director was
the director was the one that sent them the screenplay, right?
He was talking to another chick. He was talking to the cinematography chick about the movie, Yeah, Sousa sent him the director.
He basically directed a movie. He sent them the script for that movie. Apparently, in the beginning of this, and he said, "Oh, I would like to do that because I did this movie with him before, so I wanted to do this movie with him again." So yeah,
he's like, "Hey, Alec, I got an idea. I drive out 52 miles and you shoot me in the arm." He's like, "I love it. I absolutely love it."
I love it. That's great.
Alec, you get set up as being a murderer.
Sousa's a Brazilian, by the way.
Sousa is a Brazilian.
So there was a Mexican they're trying to blame the Mexican armory girl, and Sousa, the Brazilian, got shot. So Alec Baldwin
think about that. Alec Baldwin's narrative pre-trial is these guys drag me out to the middle. These Hispanic people drag me out to the middle of nowhere against my will. I was given a gun. They told me that it had no ammo in it, and I told them that I loved it. And then all of a sudden they told me to aim the gun here, and all I did was aim the gun, and the gun went off. So I don't know what to tell you. You might as well question the Hispanic people on this because it wasn't me. It's like, are you serious? They drug me away from my family, who I love more than movies, but they literally convinced me to love movies again. So I'm basically at the mercy of these movie industry people that are so persuasive. They got me to love movies so much they drug me away from my family to kill this person in cold blood. That's Alec Baldwin's narrative.
Somebody else in cold blood. But
that's amazing.
I'm gonna try to see where he actually lied at. Basically, he made the face.
Okay. On day one of my instruction in this business, people said to me, "Never take a gun and go click, 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 click," because
he lied right there. The face just
take a gun and go click, 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 because he didn't even know.
I'll go back far enough.
Of my instruction in this business, people said,
"Go back far enough."
That was the training that I had. You don't point a gun at me and pull the trigger. On day one,
that face that he just made right
my
there.
Instruction in this business, people said to me,
Before he did the teeth sucking thing, he was lying.
Of my instruction in this business, people said to me, never take a gun and go click, 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 click.
Ah.
On day one of my training that I had, and pull the trigger.
Lies! All lies!
It's a smirk. It's duping. It's duping delight for anybody that doesn't know. Whenever a person lies and they can tell that there's no immediate threat, they get happy. You get a little sense of their inner monster coming.
All lies, a bag of lies.
Yeah, it's true. It's very true. It's very true. It's very true.
Thank you, John Leguizamo, for that skit.
Thank you, John Leguizamo. That's another Hispanic. He's probably going to blame John Leguizamo. It's not me. It was John. It was John Leguizamo. His amazing work.
I had to channel my inner John Leguizamo for that one. All lies, a bag of lies.
See, I was so inspired by John Leguizamo's cop thriller films that I decided to do this movie. Against I Will. I was such a helpless victim.
On day one of my instruction in this business, people said to me, never take a gun and go click, 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 because even though it's incremental, you damage the firing pin on the gun if you do that. Don't do that.
And Hall's attorney told him.
Well, you want to chime in on that one? Because I'm going to leave that one alone and let you handle that one.
It's experts.
Because I want to destroy him on that one because I do know that that could be true and false depending on the gun.
For damage the firing pin. Go.
Can you destroy a firing pin if you keep on going click, 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 click?
On a crew served full automatic, like a 240, 249.
Yeah, there's enough velocity.
Hell, a 50 cal you can actually basically dry fire. We do it all the goddamn time. So
what about a Colt 45 antique?
No. You don't have to worry about it because you if you really are concerned about it, you bring the hammer down slowly. But then again, the half cock the half cock safety, depending on the firearm, might catch it. But there's ways around it. But you can dry fire.
You're not going to hit. You're not going to go click, 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 click on a Colt 45, basically.
You're not going to go click, click, click on a Colt 45
and an antique Colt 45 and destroy the pin, though, basically.
You should. There shouldn't be an antique Colt 45 in the goddamn set.
I'm just saying. I wanted you to say it because I was going to say it, but I wanted you to have this shine right now.
There should be a goddamn
Get
antique.
Your shine on. Midnight Club, Dove Edition. Anybody? Midnight Club.
There should be a replica.
The pimp is there. Get your shine on.
If you really feel that you would damage a firing pin, you could actually remove the fucker.
My point exactly. Thank you. Moving right along.
News that he was watching and agrees that Alec did not pull the trigger and that his finger was outside the trigger guard.
So you have this Colt 45 you just pulled.
Somebody else was watching and agreed that he didn't pull.
A witness.
Yeah, but the witness didn't make it on TV, though, conveniently.
No.
Where's the witness in hiding? Was the witness
Armor is gone.
Island?
Yeah.
Is the witness tied up in a Brooklyn basement or something like that?
I mean, it's not. Yeah, he's helpless. It's not like they can threaten Alec Baldwin. I mean, he'll just shoot him.
Yeah,
accidentally.
Kind of like what's his name? What's his name shot his friend during a bird shot. You know, Cheney shot his friend.
I'm gonna make a freeze. I'm gonna make a freestyle now. Like Chopper go, oops, like Baldwin. Ooh, oops, like Baldwin.
Oops, like Baldwin. Not playing. I was listening to that during workout.
Yeah, let's do it. I just gotta find a tight beat.
And you're holding on to the hammer.
I'm holding that. I'm just showing. I go, how about that? Does that work? You see that? Do you see that? She goes, yeah, that's good. I let go of the hammer. Bang! The gun goes off.
Wait. So if it's half cocked, why is he holding on to? Why is he holding on to a half cocked hammer?
His first mistake was basically releasing the goddamn hammer half cocked.
Wait, I thought you said it's more likely to activate the casing or impact the casing if it's fully cocked. But you're saying if it's half cocked, it's gonna like snap back and.
I said that there's a chance that that the half cock safety has a higher chance of catching it.
He didn't say catching it.
You mean
has a
like
higher chance
if
of
it's fully
stopping
cocked,
the hammer.
it'll stay in place. So if
Now,
you're saying if it's fully, dude, I cannot wait for this trial. I cannot wait for this trial.
here's
This
how
trial's
you
gonna be.
fully seat. Here's how you fully seat a half-cocked pistol. It depends on the model. If you get it half-cocked, or if you basically leave it half-cocked, you can basically pull the pressure off the tension while simultaneously pulling the trigger to slowly bring it back down to seat the freaking hammer. Now the half-cock is meant to basically stop the hammer from impacting the round. Full cocked is basically exactly what it is. The hammer's in full battery. So when you break it to half cocked, so you don't basically bump the firing pin or bump the hammer into the thing while you're working on cheddar bobbing your fucking leg.
Cheddar bobbing your fucking leg. I love that one. That's a 8 Mile. That's an 8 Mile reference for anybody who don't know.
we're just trolling with movie references.
Well, yeah, because this dude's never gonna make a movie ever again in his life. we have a more promising acting career between the three of us than Alec Baldwin at this point.
For real.
Yo, Rust, where you at? Rust team. Put us on, like for real, like.
I'd be a better cowboy than him, definitely.
Exactly. Just make my dude make my nigga Tika look like Robert De Niro. He'll pull that shit off the flawless execution. He's not shooting anybody. He's not shooting anybody. We could do it. We could do like a deep fake with Robert De Niro on your build, and it'd be like Robert De Niro, sexiest man alive, 2021. You know,
right?
Like just the last he steals it the last month of the year.
Right.
I really don't. All right.
Well, everyone is
sounding funnier and funnier.
Shocked. It's loud. They don't have their earplugs in. No more. The gun was supposed to be empty. I was told I was handed an empty gun. If there were cosmetic rounds, nothing with a charge at all, a flash round, nothing. She goes down. I thought to myself, did she faint?
Well, it is hot in the desert, so it might have happened. But depending on what time of day it was, it probably was like high noon after lunch. So maybe not. So Lord knows.
They just eaten. There's no way unless she eats like a bird, and she's comfortable around. You know what I'm saying? She's comfortable around, Wild West movie sets. And she knows what a gun like. She knows basically what a gunshot sounds like. And this guy literally fired a live round, and he didn't even know that he fired a live round. He thought that somebody had fainted. Like, nobody had earplugs in, so it's not everybody heard a real gunshot. Everybody saw a person go down, and yet everybody thinks this is just like, oh, it must be good practical effects. Wow.
No.
Wow.
She's acting
and they're
right
like, oh, that's where our budget went.
She's not supposed to be acting like that. She's supposed to be the one that's supposed to be cinematographer and the hell out of this scene right now. Why is
that must be where our $5 million went.
Why is the cinematographer a better actress than everybody else on the set? Anyone?
Everybody's acting like this dude can actually produce a movie correctly. That's what I think. Everybody should get an Oscar on that team, like for real.
I'm sorry, for real. I'm serious.
Because Baldwin can't even cry on camera about somebody he literally killed.
Yeah, and
he
then
does not feel a single grain of
and then injured another one.
He injured a director. Yeah.
The notion that there was a live round in that gun did not dawn on me till probably 45 minutes to an hour later.
45 minutes to an hour.
Well, she's laying there, and I go, did she get it by wadding?
Wait a minute. 45 minutes to an hour later? You see Stephanopoulos respond to that?
Like the fucking video.
You see how Stephanopoulos already responded to that? 45 minutes.
45 minutes to an hour? It's like they're both. It's like they're the housewives, and she's like, "You will not believe I had to wait 45 minutes to get my sandwich the other day." He's like, 45 minutes, girl. Oh my god! It's like he literally just said kill. He killed somebody and left their body there for almost a whole hour.
45 minutes to an hour.
Did not dawn on me till probably 45 minutes to an hour later.
45 minutes to an hour.
Well, she's laying there and I go, did she get it by wadding? Was there a...
That was actually a real response from Stephanopoulos, by the way.
It was actually, that was not scripted. That was not scripted. Yeah, you're right.
45 minutes to an hour? Like, yeah, that was a real response from that guy.
Yeah.
Because if you ever see interviews with him, he got his fake responses and he got his real responses. And his fake ones
Because he's got to do a lot of them.
more
Yeah.
scripted than that one. That one was not scripted at all. That one caught him off guard. He's like, wait a minute. He wanted to say, nigga, how did you not know this motherfucker was dead?
Nigga. Yeah, he's like,
he wanted to come
nigga.
up out of his Greekness and say, nigga, come here, slap yourself in my hand. Slap yourself in my hand.
Yeah, that was definitely like a Black Twitter reaction right there. He's like, girl, what you say? Hold up.
I got a question. I have a question. If the second she went down, why didn't you call the paramedics? Why didn't you have the paramedics examine her?
Because when it was a cold gun, there's no need for paramedics to be around because there's no live ammunition.
Fainted, quote unquote. For 45 minutes to an hour, they thought this woman fainted. That sounds like negligence to me. That sounds like some serious negligence to me.
You are in
I feel like even when you faint, doesn't it? Like I've seen people have seizures. I've seen people doing like volunteer work and stuff. I've seen people have seizures. I've seen people faint. No one's down for 45 minutes to a freaking hour unless they need. And if they are, they need immediate medical attention. Like they're going into shock.
Desert. You are in a desert, in a freaking desert. The second anybody goes down, you better have somebody on standby to evaluate and potentially revive the individual. Because time is crucial.
It could be a scorpion, it could be a snake, it could be anything
poisonous,
anything that they ate on set, anything that they could be sick by, and you thought maybe the person fainted. It could have been heat stroke. It could have been blood pressure medicine going wrong. It could have been everything. But nobody checked her for 45 minutes to an hour. So in all technicality, nobody performed life-saving CPR on this woman, and nobody even applied pressure to her wound. And this woman could have been saved probably as somebody did all this shit.
This is a trend with people. Like they're always the last person to find out somebody's dead. Typically, the person that committed the crime, like a murder, it happens a lot. They're always the last person to find out that somebody's dead. But at the same time, there was such a confirmation that she was dead, even though the narrative wants to tell you that Alex thought that he fainted, that there was no need to call any cops because it was almost like a certainty to somebody's actions that day had so much certainty there. It literally made it so that there's no reason to call the cops. A lot of people who get convicted of murder have this idea where it's just like, well, why didn't you call the cops? Like you say you shot them on accident because they were beating you. Why didn't you call the cops? Well, I just knew. I just knew that they were dead. It's like, of course you did. You're the one that freaking shot them. It's just like that's the kind of stuff that we're seeing right now on this with like, why didn't you call? Literally, very obvious question. Why wasn't anybody who's an expert in caring for people take care of this person as they hit the ground and were there for 45 minutes? Like that's something Alec can't. Yeah. That's when I would be crying right now if I was Alec Baldwin. But you're gonna see how he handles it. He kind of tries to like I said, like alpha his way through it, maintain for him.
That's a response right there. That's a real response. 45 minutes to an hour?
45 minutes to an hour. George,
she's gonna blow.
George. Big dick George. Go ahead.
Well, she's laying there and I go, did she get it by wadding? Was there a blank? Sometimes those blank rounds have a wadding inside that packs, it's like a cloth that packs the gunpowder. And sometimes wadding comes out and can hit people and it can feel like a little bit of a poke. But no one could understand. Did she have a
She got poked. She fell down off a poke.
Remember,
when is that true?
Gun was not even reality.
Knock it off, yeah, before we get a strike from YouTube on that bullshit. They know
okay, there's a reason.
Quit the gun talk or something? Wait, what?
No, you said the poke.
I'm saying it's like
Sorry. No brains were rolling out on the floor. No brains were rolling on the floor. Just making it.
It's just somebody's blood. But
man, nobody knew she was dead. I knew somebody was dead from the like less than 15 minutes, less than 5 minutes after they hit the ground. Shit, I'd have been looking at.
What would you say? What would you say? How would you explain his?
Anybody check a respiratory breath? Nobody check a respiratory breath. Anybody check to see if he's breathing? Nobody check to see if he's breathing. I'd have been all over that shit.
How would you explain this? So he said that he didn't believe there was any ammo in the gun, but then when he shot the gun and it made a gunshot noise and she hit the ground, he thought that it might have been wadding from a blank. Wadding that poked her and she went down with her brain falling out. So it's just like, wait, so what is it? What exactly? Underneath the arm? Yeah, in the chest.
Yeah, underneath the armpit in the chest, basically. Yeah.
So why did he bring up wadding? Why does he have all of a sudden knowledge of what a blank is if he doesn't even? He calls the girl a prop girl. He calls the armor like a prop.
This dude's full of shit. He's an animal.
Yeah, he's making himself sound more guilty as he
Get
keeps
this motherfucker some Docalax.
Because he's full of shit. Oh, this is funny.
We were forced to get out of the medics came in. I mean, I stood over her for 60 seconds, and she just lay there kind of in shock.
Was she conscious?
My recollection is yes.
Wait. His recollection was yes. He didn't even know the motherfucker was down for the count for 45 minutes to an hour. But from his recollection, she was conscious. But you didn't know she
I stood over her. Oh my God. I stood over her for 60 seconds and she seemed conscious, but she was in shock because I shot a blank round into her. This is not making any sense. Why did you do this interview? Why? Like I'm on Team Elite. Team Elites. I'm like, bro, L avoiding controversy. For real. Like he literally had one job. It is stay silent until trial, and he couldn't even do that.
Yeah, he's an actor. He's a narcissist. He can't.
He thought this was a good idea.
We need an ambulance out at Bonanza Creek Ranch right now. We've had 2 people shot on a movie set accidentally. I'll connect you with
2
medical
people shot on a movie set accidentally. Okay, so when did Susan? When did the Brazilian get shot then? Did I miss something?
I want to. We have to wait till. Who's gonna tell you, Alec? You want to trust what Alec's gonna say? Like we have to wait till this trial. It's gonna take like weeks before it actually happens. But like, was he standing behind the girl that got shot? And it was like one of those things where it's like, if so and so and so's in a like like if Adolf and Osama were in a room, would you? And you only had one bullet, would you like line them up and shoot them? Like, was it one of those situations, or was it one where he like, you know what I'm talking about? It's like, or is it like he, because a 45 antique can only shoots one round, and then it needs to be. This doesn't make any sense. This literally doesn't make any sense. Like, how did 2 people get shot off of a single fire? When? Explain our resident, was it a ricochet? Like, did it ricochet off of his? Please explain this.
More than likely, it was a through and through. More than likely, it was a through and through. So that eliminates the fucking.
Like were they like? Was the director and the cinematographer like spooning while they were directing this? Like, what was it? What was the atmosphere? Like, I feel like it was a vibe. I feel like listen to Alec Baldwin's voice. It sounds like everybody went to lunch that day. It was they were chilling in the church. It was low key a vibe. Maybe they had some drink. Maybe they had like CLB playing or something. Or maybe they since it was Baldwin, maybe they had Lil Nas X. Maybe they had Montero playing in the background.
They had Brian McKnight start back at one playing in the background.
I feel like how are they so making me feel? Or it's like, or maybe they had Love Gun by Kiss playing or something, or like
He said,
Wow.
was the cinematographer and the director spooning or something?
I was like, how are they just so flush? How are they so flush behind the camera doing a marking rehearsal? Like typically a director will get away from the cinematographer to look at it from a different angle, so that during marking, so they could be like, oh no, maybe this is a better angle.
Drake on the set of that movie.
Right, like they had some Sunset Blush box wine or something in the church, like in the church. They're like, oh, no, they're like they bust up, they like broke into the. They're like, look what I found behind the altar, and it's just like, are you kidding me? It's just like sounds really sus. Like maybe I don't know, maybe they had like too much. Yeah, they had too much to drink, and Alec was feeling a little frisky, and he's just like, come on, I got the gun. Let's get close. Let's let's just like hug and stuff while we're filming.
Selfie.
Let's be honest. This movie was not an outlaw movie. It was like Brokeback Mountain, but for like Alec Baldwin. Like for an older crowd. You know what I'm saying? Like not like a Saturday night watch Saturday Night Live every week type of crowd. Like they were just gonna get frisky that night, and it didn't. It ended up, either Love Gun was playing or like Shot Through the Heart and You're Too Late. Like something got the vibe right where somebody's about to get killed that day or something like that.
Another one bit the dust.
Another one bites the rust. Another one bites the rust.
Oh shit. Yep. We're going to hell for this, but it's too fun. I love trolling trolls.
Is the video almost done, or is it still? We still have more video.
You still got a couple more minutes to go on this one.
All right.
It's like less than a minute, I'll say.
Director Joel Souza is also
wounded. Hell for that.
His shoulder hit by the same bullet that traveled through Helena.
When she went down, he went down, and he was.
Wait. I'm gonna say they were spooning. I'm gonna have to go with Yam.
They had to have been. They were playing like they were doing the mime thing where they stand right behind. Like what was it like? Was it like a stomp routine behind the cinema, behind the viewfinder? Like were they doing like the snake, the delta?
Wait. Y'all remember the show that used to come on Saturday Night Live? It was called The Ambiguously Gay Duo. There was a cartoon skit that used to come on.
Yeah. You're talking about the one with Fallon?
Gay Duo?
Oh, yep. I thought you were talking about the one with Farrell and Fallon with like talking it up with the Very Good Talk Show.
It's actually called The Ambiguous Gay. It's like a cartoon skit that used to come on Saturday Night Live. It's called The Ambiguously Gay Duo, and it was like a cartoon.
Chad, do you know what he's talking about? Yeah, no, but that sounds familiar. It sounds familiar.
Yeah, but it was funny as heck. They used to basically do some questionable shit while saving the day, and the criminals used to look at them like they're crazy, and they go, "Why are you looking at us?" Oh, nothing.
Yeah.
And or it could be like they were making clay pots on a freaking clay machine.
Like ghosts.
Yeah.
While they were directing the movie, they decided to make some clay pots like they were in the movie Ghost.
Yeah, Patrick. What's his name? Patrick. What's the guy's name?
Swayze.
Patrick Swayze. Yeah.
He still
Alec Baldwin's trying to like
career than Baldwin.
Yeah, Alec Baldwin's trying to go for this sex symbol type thing. It's like it doesn't work. It does not. It's the murderous intent for me. It's the murderousness for me. I'm just not attracted to
now. Loudly, and I thought, what is he screaming? What happened?
So was it loaded with a real bullet or one? I cannot tell you that. Okay. We have 2 injuries from a movie gun shot.
Okay, we're getting him out there already. Just stay on the phone with me. Okay.
Within 15 minutes or 20 minutes after that, the police arrived and took the church set and put the crime tape around it, the yellow tape, and forced us all to the perimeters of the parking area where we sat and waited. She was in the church, and she was not taken out of the church for quite a while.
In the aftermath, there was chaos and confusion.
But nobody told you what happened?
No. It wasn't until I was in the police station. Hours later, I mean, it was like seeing aliens. It was utter disbelief.
Wait, so did they put him in the?
That it was
wait, did they bring him into custody, or did they make him wait with the rest of the people? Like typically when someone dies, like
Apparently, they brought him into custody. It wasn't until he's in the police station that
he
he
found out
realized
that she was dead.
serious. And then he said it was like aliens. It was unbelievable that he was in a police station. I was like, well, somebody did
Like
his
Steven
job.
Spielberg film. It was like a high budget successful film that I've never been in.
Right? Basically. Pretty much.
Oh man. He's like still reminiscing. I kind of sad to say, but Alex, your career is over, buddy. I'm sorry, bro.
Yeah, you might want to quit. You didn't already shot a Latino, and you're trying to throw a Mexican under the bus now. You're done.
It's over, bro. It's over.
You shot some random white girl from Iceland.
What if he does the who's the guy that the ex football or basketball star that True Sherman always talks about, the guy? What if he pulls one of those and just goes like red pill and he starts talking about like living and stuff? You guys know what I'm talking about, right? What's the guy's name?
I know you're talking about. Yeah, I know you're talking about.
Every single day.
True Sherman, help me out, man. True Sherman, help me out. I'm trying to figure out this guy.
My interview, I was there for like an hour and a half or so. She takes her phone and she slides it across to me. She says, "That's what came out of Joel's shoulder. A 45 caliber slug. It was a real bullet."
Had you known that Joel had been hit?
No one had any idea until that police officer, that sheriff's officer, said to me, "This is the slug, 45 caliber slug that took out of Joel's arm." And then the kind of insanity-inducing agony of thinking that someone put a live bullet in the gun.
Hi, everyone.
It's kind of funny how he describes agony, but a woman that was laying on the ground for 45 minutes shot probably felt more agony than he'll ever feel. Like he feels agony for accidentally shooting somebody, but he also left somebody on who was in his care as a producer of the film on the ground for 45 minutes. Shot in the heart.
You want to know some insanity-inducing agony? You want to know some insanity-inducing agony? Knowing that you didn't check the goddamn gun. You didn't get the proper training.
Well, we still don't even know that yet. When
there was unqualifiedness going around the whole damn set. So that said, that scripture has just been burned and start over. Maybe. He goes,
this nigga Alex really think he slid those DMs. CNN was like, gotcha, bitch.
Oh yeah, I see. Alec really thinks he.
Gotcha, bitch.
This is funny as hell. Yeah, but apparently there's experts share his views on Alec Baldwin's didn't pull the trigger. Do I even want to watch that? Because it's probably gonna be some.
We could sit here. We could sit here and react, but
it wasn't Alec Baldwin's fault, so it had to be the gun's fault. Like the gun.
I think Wynn's gonna have an aneurysm if we watch that. Which let's do it. Fuck it.
It says expert shares his views on the Alec Baldwin didn't pull the trigger.
Just like a fork, knife, and spoon didn't make you fat.
Let's fuck it. Let's do it. Let's react. Let's do it. I'm down for this shit.
Oh boy,
this one's from Good Morning America.
Oh yes, trusted source. Yeah, he should become a news reporter or something, because he shows a stunning amount of resolve having shot somebody and not shedding a single.
That broke down.
No, not really. Not really.
Minutes interview.
Y'all can't hear that?
No, it's kind of choppy. Hold on, let me mute Wynn's mic. Sometimes he gets some feedback.
You're fine. I'm gonna try to do it again. Wait 1 second.
Okay.
Share this. Click on this. Share system audio. That. Gotcha. Can you hear it now?
I'm telling you, Alec Baldwin's
leading up to the tragedy. Here he is talking.
Well, we're now joined by Steve Wolf, an expert on weapons safety for film, who says in no situation would you use live ammunition on set. And we're also joined by entertainment lawyer Rachel ABC, who says breaking his silence on the shooting could give the actor legal problems further down the line. Let's talk to you first of all.
Can anybody hear that?
I can hear it.
Yes, it's perfect. It's perfect. It's perfect.
Clear that he's devastated, Rachel, by what happened. No question of that when you look at this interview. I was struck, though, by how clearly he said, quickly, he answered that he didn't feel guilt. And that sounded to me like he'd had some legal advice.
I agree with you. He's clearly devastated. He's very sorry about this tragedy. And he feels like
I'm pulling the trigger.
Well, that's an excellent question. I'd be happy to show you. This is a replica of the same gun that he used. Yeah. And to work this gun, you have to perform 2 deliberate acts. First, you have to pull the hammer back. It makes 3 distinct clicks while you do that. And then to get it to fire, you have to press the trigger. However, you don't necessarily have to do it in that order. On these guns from the 1800s, if you depress the trigger and then pull the hammer back and release it, you can still get the gun to fire. However, in this circumstance,
was that one of the shortcuts you were talking about, Lynn?
Yes.
Yes.
And you could actually fire just as fast as an M4 on a 3-shot burst.
It's kind of like what when you see them do the thing where they keep on smacking a hammer, basically. When they're firing a gun, basically, in Western movies, where they keep on like hitting back on the hammer,
or
basically.
Like in Chicago.
Yeah, like when they do the mob movies and you see them like hitting it repeatedly over and over again.
Yeah. The gunslinger build. Yep.
Yeah.
Wind?
Well,
yeah. Basically, he set it up
without the trigger being depressed. So there's definitely 2 deliberate acts that were required there. He had to cock the gun and he had to press the trigger.
And he maintains that he didn't pull the trigger out.
If he had his finger on the trigger, here and he's pressing it, he may not be aware that he's pressed the trigger. Then he pulls the hammer back,
right,
and then he releases it, and then the gun fires.
Okay, I thought the gun expert. All right, that's enough from the gun expert. I thought the gun expert was trying to save his ass. I was about to have to crucify the gun expert real quick.
I was about to crucify him.
I was about to crucify him.
Well, no, like that goes without saying that this is literally an attempt, even because left obviously are opportunists. It's not like Wynn's saying it's a setup. We won't find out unless the trial, like the prosecution or like the defense, does an actual good job of actually vetting this. But this is also going to be used as an opportunity to see who's the true lefties and who isn't. Like, everybody's waiting, everybody's watching to see who's going to say like, I feel bad. Like I've seen people in chats be like, I feel bad for Alec Baldwin. You know, like there's people who feel bad for him, and it's just like. I don't know. Like I'm kind of like with you. Like I don't really feel bad. Like there's nothing to feel bad about except the fact that this girl is dead. And
no, Mammy Lowe didn't. 5G fired the gun. Let's be real.
yeah. It was electromagnetic frequencies that fired the gun. It was climate change. It was the desert. The desert fired the gun.
There were shooting demons.
It was the lack of endangered species that made the gun go off. If only Greta Thunberg had been there, this would not have happened.
Right?
Okay, that was lame.
That was a bit much, but yeah.
How dare you accuse?
What were they spooning when they got shot?
Were they like fucking or something? Like how did they both get hit in the same spot?
She was giving him a lap dance.
It's like they're gonna do like it's like
he was giving him a lap dance.
Exactly. She was like twerking on him or something. It was like they're literally doing like
the Icelandic twerk.
Yeah.
They're literally doing like.
And she's like, this is why they call me the Icelandic Shakira.
She's like, oh my god, something about Alec looking like Robert De Niro holding that gun has got me feeling so. Oh my god, melting.
Maybe he was trying to coax her to getting him blowed.
Well, in a church, my dude, in a dilapidated church, my god.
I've seen it in a functional church. Seen crap in a functional church.
You see too much.
I've seen people getting hit in the professional booth. So yeah.
Professional booth,
Well,
backroom.
apparently the director and the cinematographer were doing the salsa behind camera while this whole scene was going on, because it was like, I have no idea what the heck happened. They never yelled cut, so I think Alec just kept acting the entire time like nothing was wrong.
Basically.
What a goon. Okay, guys. Might as well turn this into a Friday Night Blaze now, all right?
Yeah.
Or seafood. All right.
What'd you say? We're seafood.
The clip still? Is it over? It's over, isn't it?
No, I basically pulled it because I thought the gun expert was going to try to defend Alec Baldwin.
Was going to try to defend. Oh, that's right. That's right.
Trigger. I was like, I got to see this shit.
Well, yeah. What are your guys' thoughts? What are your guys' thoughts on this situation? Is Alec innocent? Do you feel bad for him?
I kind of in the camp of Wynn. It seemed like it might have been a setup or whatever the hell Wynn said. I'm thinking there might have been I'm thinking there might have been like some exchange with some arguments on finances and people living in fucked up conditions, and some people was about to quit, so some people needed to go. Some people needed to vote off the island with a gun, basically.
Yeah, it sounds like the plot to a Phoenix Wright video, like a Phoenix Wright puzzle court game or something.
Basically.
And like the whole entire time.
Must go on.
And Baldwin will testify. Under serial consultation by his legal team, he will go up and testify. I'm actually willing to put money on that.
That still doesn't excuse that. Yeah, that still doesn't excuse.
You see how he had to make it about himself the whole damn time. Then
they were praising me for contributing.
He was saying, "Oh, I don't want to be a victim here," as he was making himself out to be a victim.
Look,
he's like
still for not taking some sort of responsibility and getting the knowledge that he desperately so fucking needed
in order to shoot a Wild West film right by himself.
There should have been somebody on set that should have known she was dead right off the bat. I'm sorry. Somebody on set should have been checking for respiratory breaths or
Yeah, it's like that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Like, okay, his look on set, it all doesn't match. Like, he's supposed to be a rugged outlaw. He's looking like Robert De Niro in like an older rom-com film or something. And he's got these people spooning on set. It's like he's supposed to look like a killer, but it's like he's supposed to look like an outlaw, but he's trying to go for like this suave like person. It's like, oh, there's somebody. I feel like he got catfished into this role or something. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm kind of like, Wendy, you might be onto something, because he seems like the least aware person, and he's funding it all. Like, I think he kind of he let this one slip through the cracks. I think. I don't know. And I don't. Do I think he's going to do time? Probably not. I don't know if he keeps up this feminine behavior, he might get out. It depends on where he's being tried at. The jury and everything.
Yeah, he might be tried.
Everything.
He might be. Was that New Mexico?
Oh shit, he's fucked.
New Mexico, is that a red state or?
If he's in a red, if he's in, I'm gonna go as far as to say New Mexico is like a pro gun.
Oh, he's fucked.
But I might be wrong though, because I'm basically just.
Or they might if they get it moved to another state or another county or another state, which would be kind of sort of sucky because the crime actually happened in New Mexico, which I've seen happen before where they move it to a whole nother fucking state.
Because of some jurisdiction line, some sort of like loophole.
Well, technically, we don't think he'll get a fair trial because it's New Mexico. Like, no, it's New Mexico. This is where the crime happened.
Oh, wow.
And how the hell is he on an interview if he's under investigation?
criminal investigation, by the way, mind you. It's just like these people that
Don't
like
they normally
literally
say
like
some
murder
shit-
somebody in there.
Don't they normally say some shit like "Don't leave town"?
Yeah.
Yeah. But like you said, like the police aren't going to help you if you make it seem like it's okay, and it seems like
Wait, New Mexico is anti-gun apparently.
yeah. Okay. That's what I thought. I was just basing it off of Texas, literally. That's the only reason why I thought it was programmed. But
that was probably an anti-gun promotion right there off that movie. Despite the fact despite the fact that there's been a lot of country westerns filmed there and nobody was freaking shot
in New Mexico. Yeah, it's funny that the movie's called Rust, right? So it's like implying that the guns are old and like outdated and obsolete, and he happened to have misfired a gun and killed somebody on set. This all just seems too coincidentally lined up with the whole trial and everything that's happened, and like the multiple trials, all the lawsuits that are happening right now, and then Alec Baldwin shoots somebody on set.
Apparently, there's some civil cases going on against them right about now too.
Ooh, nice.
There's some civil cases going on against them, along with a few other cases, along with the major case going on with them. It's pretty bad. It's looking pretty bad for them.
Is it even possible to like go through that many cases?
Yeah, Trump did.
Oh, I guess so. They're pretty much the same person, Baldwin and Trump, and like I don't.
Yeah, like Trump did his first year in presidency. It was the funniest shit in the world. He still managed to do more shit going to trial every damn day than Biden did in like 2 years? No, 3 years. No, Biden got in this year. Yeah, then Biden did. He did more in like a month than Biden did in a whole damn year almost. And he was going to trial.
Yo, if it was Biden and Kamala in that motorcade, and Biden got shot, Kamala would not like reach back or nothing. She'd just be chilling.
She probably try to make the hole bigger so they could bleed out. He could bleed out faster.
Stop playing.
Oh my God, that is so bad. That is terrible.
Basically. Come on now.
We love you, Joe.
Oh,
we
I'm
love you,
performing
Joe.
first aid. I'm just running my fingers, stretching the hole out.
Fishing the bullet out.
His heart.
I want to check his heart through his brain.
She's like, Kamala, this is what we found in your purse, and she pulls out like Assassin's Creed gun.
Right, Assassin's Creed gun. Ezio's blade and shit.
Yeah. He's like, it was climate change that did it.
It was climate change, right? It was the patriarchy and climate change.
Climate change is just raining lead on people.
Right. But yeah, that's pretty much enough. We didn't held your hostage long enough.
All right, guys. If you guys want to see the next superstorm of climate change bullets, check us out on the next Trolling Trolls.
The next 5G shooting bullets. We'll definitely be back for that.
Electromagnetic. Yeah, shooting people that are spooning behind the camera. And please like, comment, subscribe. Thank you so much for watching.
We're so going
follow
to
Wins.
You got to appreciate that was some good aim by I should ask him for some dating advice.
Shoot your shot. No, that's funny. That's funny. Like he tried to shoot a shot with the people that were doing the salsa and it backfired. Well, like that's the thing. How did he not? He's supposed to cheat the recoil, and it legit recoiled from a live round. Like, oh my God, I cannot wait for this trial. I don't know if I should be. Yeah. They're not going to show us the Ghislaine Maxwell trial, but that's neither here nor there.
No, they're not. You know they're not. That's the sad part. That is the sad motherfucking part.
All right. Do we have any outro videos or something? Or are we just going to let Win go do his outro?
What's trolling trolls?
Win, give Alex some Win, you should give Alex some advice. Go ahead and give Alex some advice. Alex, you have the floor.
some advice on firearm safety. Treat every weapon as if it were loaded. Means that basically, unless you visually inspected the chamber or the cylinders of whatever handgun, pistol, rifle that you're using, it's loaded until you verify it is not. Never point a weapon at anything you don't intend to shoot. Now, unless you feel like shooting the cameraman and the person behind the cameraman with one bullet, which is actually impressive aim, really. Keep your fingers straight off the trigger until you intend to fire. Well, it was a Western, all right. Well, he kind of needed it. I guess he needed his finger in the trigger well to let the hammer fall. Keep your weapon on safe until you intend to fire.
Wait, how many people? Wait, how many people did win? How many people did Kyle Rittenhouse kill?
I think about two or three, or you know.
So how does the anti-gun person have a higher or have like the same KD as a pro gun?
Right, right.
Doesn't make any sense.
Well, that's impressive.
Who would you rather have in your Vanguard lobby? Alec Baldwin or Kyle Rittenhouse?
Alec Baldwin. Hands down.
Alec Baldwin. I'd rather have Alec. Because he probably has better. He's like a 60-year-old man. Like he probably has been in Call of Duty lobbies before, so he probably has good chat game. You know what I'm saying? You're all gonna be like, listen to me, man. You know how many movies I've been in? You'll never beat me. I'll always be better than you.
Hello, this is the Shuri Shahar and this is late breaking news. Red Pill Radio's house was first degree toilet papered over not giving to Cotren OBS settings. OMG. We will have more at 11.
Why you gotta do my math like that?
Know your target and what lies beyond it. The unspoken rule: know your target and what lies beyond it.
All right, this stream was a dub. This stream was a dub. Don't ruin it. Don't ruin it.
All right.
Oh God! Apparently there's trouble recording.
All right.
Check out Law. Yeah. So if you guys want, follow blog channels and hit us up with any news or any developments on this. Give us your comments. Give us your feedback and everything. But we're gonna get out of here. Take care.
Yep.
Bye.
Bye.
Oh, hello, Alex. Sorry, I feel like Alec was horsing around when he pointed the gun at the DP. Don't believe his version of what happened. Nobody does, Alex.
100%.
Nobody does.
100% on that.
But Alex, if you stayed the whole time, appreciate you. If not, watch the playback.
I'm actually gonna have to go look at that. What Infamous Rifle said.
Yeah, we're gonna have to do some more digging because Trolling Trolls is gonna be it's always been about putting people on trial, but it's just sometimes it's the manosphere, sometimes
it's real people.
Niggas in Hollywood, sometimes it's alt right, sometimes it's alt left. Everybody's gonna get sued.
Yeah.
Yep.
Anybody can get a hell. Half the time it's us putting each other on trial.
I'm like Phoenix Wright. Objection,
right?
Objection, Your Honor. There's no judge, motherfucker. Fuck off.
You ruined it.